So I'm wanting to make a video to really hit home kind of more about the topic I was talking about a couple of videos ago, where I was talking about how great swords weren't as heavy as a lot of people perceive them to be, or how Hollywood has made them, yada yada yada. Now, Hollywood also does things for different reasons. They do things for the rule of cool or interest. So having a character have a weapon like this but make it seem super heavy and cumbersome can show their strength per se. So no one else can wield it, but this person is able to still manage to use it. Which, again, Hollywood does for kind of spectacle, story, yada yada yada. But to really drive home how these weapons are, and I've done this before, honestly, I can sit here, talk about great swords, and a lot of the things that people get wrong with them. So a lot of people like to think great swords are just meant for area denial. Don't get me wrong, they were very good at it. They keep a lot of people at bay. You can easily cover all sorts of distance. But the one thing you can also do, instead of just area denial, you can keep things very tight to you. And I've showed this off before, but you can swap very easily to each way. Where you can keep things fast, but decent, have good form, without needing to worry about being too tired or awkward. Yes, if you're sitting there talking, you're gonna get winded. You're gonna have a harder time. But it's no different than a dancer also singing. It takes a lot of practice to get used to both. However, with a little bit of a break, you could go right back into it. And that's a thing that a lot of people seem to forget about, is just like any other martial art or sport or fitness, the healthier you get, the faster you will recover. So if you're new to HEMA, don't worry about trying to mimic everything I do or copy what I do. If you can only swing a sword for like a minute, there's nothing wrong with that. Have your fun, have your enjoyment. If you can only do it for like 30 seconds, full force, perfectly fine. There's no set limit to how much you have to do. Because realistically, what I just did, you aren't doing. You're not sitting there talking to your opponent, trying to show things off, or doing all of that movement all the time. Most fights are very simple. You sit here, and one or the other person decides to go in. And if they go in, you can either block, or depending on the weapon that you have versus theirs, you can just step back and doesn't take much, because that little snap cut is more than enough to do damage or push them back. Even if you're in fool's guard like this, a lot of people will sit there and be like, oh, there's nothing you can do. Well, all you gotta do is kick it up and you can be right in their face. Especially with something like a great sword, because at this distance I'm pretty far away. All I gotta do is one good step and the blade is quite a bit closer. Now, it is overexerting yourself a little bit when it comes to the distance, but because of how much reach you have, because even with that distance, there's a lot of time to reset. And you can go off to the side. It's not that hard to reset. So while these weapons are not all that heavy, you can very easily move for quite a bit of time and still talk. That's just not how sword fighting works. you're not going to be sitting there talking all the time. What you're going to be doing is probably focusing on what your opponent's going to be doing. But that doesn't mean you can't get used to it, because for, let's say, demonstration purposes, it's really hard to show people what you're trying to do when you get winded. But that is a skill that others have to learn for different reasons. Anyways, I won't take up any more of your time. Honestly, I really do appreciate a lot of the comments and a lot of the new people that have been showing up, subscribing, because it really does help me want to keep going and talking more. Now, I do repeat myself a lot, but that is actually due to the fact that there's plenty of times I'll be practicing and someone will leave comments like, oh, that's way too slow. Oh, there's no power. Oh, you wouldn't win a real fight. And it's kind of those naysayers that also help me want to keep on going. Because I like showing people the reality of it. Because drills are not meant for combat. They're there to help you get better. But anyways, like I said, I'm not going to take up any more of your time. I rambled on there. I apologize. But yes, I do appreciate all you guys. And I do hope you all have a great rest of your day and your weekends. Honestly, I hope you all have fun weekends. I really do. I'm just adding this segment in for anyone who just wants to continue on watching actual practice and stuff like that, because I like adding everything all together as much as I can. Anyways, like I said previously, I hope you all have a great weekend, and I really do just appreciate everything you guys do for me. So yes, thank you very much. Whoops.